Everybody, welcome back to Stone React. So glad you guys are here joining me today. So we're going to dive into this video that she posted 2 hours ago called Jumbo Halal Chicken Wieners Hater Appreciation Mukbang. Oh boy, let's get into it.
Check the link in the description and get your cameo today. Can't wait to hear from you. Hello guys.
Well, looka here. She's got 4 wieners in the fry pan.
Welcome back to another video.
Doesn't look like chicken, but okay.
I took the ketchup that's near the bottom, so now I gotta wait. I gotta wait for that ketchup to drop a beat.
So she's going to tell me she's going to eat the hot dog. Okay, wait a minute. First of all, I'd like to know what she cooked the wieners in. Because if it was that pan, that means she's eating it out of a piping hot pan. If she did make it in something else, my question is why are the wieners in that pan? Okay, I'm confused.
Speaking of dropping beats, before I get into what I wanted to talk about, the main subject of this video, I wanted to, I forgot to mention actually that, sorry, hijab technical difficulties, Vibes Cartel has been released from prison. Now, Vibes was convicted, I think, back in 2000. I think he went to jail.
Now, you know, she's only telling us this because she has absolutely no life, okay? Who the hell is this? Who cares? Nobody cares. You're not a true crime channel. Like, I'm not, you know, people aren't sitting here watching you to get updates on true crime. Like, you're so random. I think what it is she sees like clip videos on TikTok and she catches on to trends because she's a big time trend follower. She's not a leader. She's definitely a follower.
Well, in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, I'm probably mistaken, but he was just recently released.
Okay, so
he was in there, I think, for 2014 for about 10 years. But he was acquitted on the charges of schmurder. Why do we have to come up with words to cover other words?
I 100% agree with this. 100%. I am so sick and tired of the damn filters everywhere. I mean, you type in any word, you have to have a cover word for it. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is like hyper micromanagement. It's awful. It's awful. You should be able to say what you want to say, how you want to say it. It's just insane to me that we've come to a point where, like, you got to make up, like, you can't say, let's say, Coke, right? You got to say Coca-Cola. like it's just weird. I'm sorry. I know some people, it doesn't bother them because they get very reactive. They're like, oh, it hurt my feelings. But like, I don't get hurt that easily by words, so I don't, it doesn't bother me. But I guess some people are hypersensitive to it. I don't know. It's just weird to me because that's not how I was raised. I was raised to be honest and speak your mind.
These days is just, anyways. So he's been released from prison.
I'm still not getting who the fuck this is. Why do we care?
And yeah, I know Vibes Cartel music. Back in the day, I used to go to a lot.
Oh, okay. So they're a musician. Okay.
A lot of Jamaican dance hall parties, and
never heard of these people.
Anyone
never.
From Jamaica or likes that kind of music, yeah. Put a Jamaican flag in the chat. I don't know.
I mean, this is like the most random, odd thing to say out of nowhere. Like, where did this come from? Who asked for it? And why are you telling us?
But I used to listen to all kinds of dance hall rhythm mixes, and I used to love Idonia, Vibes Cartel, Popcorn, Chris Martin.
Oh, I know why she's saying it. She's saying it because it will help in the algorithm, won't it? She has to pick what's hot in the news now. Okay, I caught on. So what she's doing is she caught a trend. Someone was getting out of prison. Someone was once famous, whatever. And she knows it's all over the news. So she's got to talk about it so she can keep herself relevant and keep the algorithm moving and keep people coming to view her video. She's not talking. She doesn't care. She doesn't go two craps. She's only doing it because she has absolutely no content. I mean, we're about to see her eat the wieners. That's about as much content as we're going to get.
Um, but
Why are her eyes just jogging all over the place? Like, what? She tries to play. She tries to play off this thing like, oh, my eyes always go all over the place. That's how I talk. No, honey, that's not how people talk. Your eyes are going all over the place because you just don't know what you're going to say.
Movado was my favorite, and I freaked out because on an old Instagram account, Movado followed me, and I was like,
Chantal, honey, that wasn't real. There are a lot of fake accounts that mimic real accounts. When I'm on Twitter, I can't tell you how many Elon Musk there are. Like, are you serious? Like, who cares? He probably followed a lot of people. Who cares?
thrown. Like it was his actually official account.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. If you don't know Chantal very well, she is a compulsive liar. She lies all the time, 24/7. Everything's a lie. So when you listen to her, just assume everything coming out of her mouth is a lie.
But something weird I noticed is that he followed Mavado's another like big
If I haven't heard of him, they must not be that big.
star in Jamaica, like dance hall star.
Okay.
He was following a lot of Chantel's, and he was following Chantel's, all kinds of Chantel's.
Okay.
So I was just like thrown aback, and just like starstruck at the time. Like Mavado is following me. Like what? This guy has so many followers, and he's like super famous in Jamaica, and like I love his music, and he followed me. And and he did like a couple of my pictures from what.
Chantal. Oh my God. The lying. It's unreal. It is unreal. Do you know how many Elon Musks follow me that look like they're valid? Okay. Are you serious? Like, Chantal, nobody believes you. Your eyes, your face going all over the place. You have no consistency at all in what you're saying. Please stop. And even if they were, like, who cares? Like, is that a big deal? Like, if a star follows you, like they're a human just like you. Like, who the hell cares? That they're not special, Chantal. Musicians, actors, famous people. They're like normal blood, flesh and blood. They're human beings. They're no different than you. They're not special.
What I remember, and I was freaking out,
Why?
you know, and well,
She's like stuck at an age, and I don't know if it's kind of like girl crazy. So I'd say maybe like 14 years old. Like, when you start getting into the boys and the boy bands and start screaming at the concerts. What was that? Around 13? I don't know. I don't have girls, so I had with boys, but I never got into that, so I don't know how it works. But really, she's
person I was
she's
with.
she's definitely stuck at an age. I mean, I know a few of you have commented in the comments over time and have mentioned that over and over again, and I 100% agree. She is definitely stuck at an age. I know some people say like 8. I feel like it's around like early teens. Like she's locked there for some reason, and maybe there's something that happened in her life that kind of got her to be stuck there. Because sometimes trauma in your childhood and stuff can all that. But I don't know. She's definitely stuck on an age.
At the time wasn't too like thrilled but when I told him that, but like it was so cool. So but yeah, so that was really cool back in the day. That brought back some memories. And like
Nobody cares.
I can't remember of all like the mixes I liked. I know there was like a bubblegum mix. I know there was like, I don't know, there's like all kinds of mixes that were just really cool, and I always used to listen to them. So anyways, he's been released from jail. It's actually sad because he has Graves' disease, and it's a disease that affects your
Thyroid.
Thyroid. And he's visibly very different looking than what he was 10 years ago. But people are still celebrating him coming back. I mean, looks are just superficial, right? I mean, the guy still, he's already released a track, so that's incredible. So, yeah, so that's.
I don't understand for what reason you even brought this person up. It's so random and bizarre. And the only reason I can pin it to is it's recent news. You figure it's going to get you a different set of viewers. It has to be because this is so not relevant to your life, has absolutely nothing to do with you. This person isn't connected to you. I don't understand. Oh.
Awesome news for Jamaica. Um, but I have some wieners here. Some big sausages, wieners. You guys know how I love those. Julia apparently does too. So I'm going to just give her a little piece because processed meat's probably not too healthy for her, but here you go, that's it. And I have some ketchup.
I love how she goes, it's probably not healthy for her, and then gives it to her.
And moutarde, which is French for mustard. I know people lose their crap whenever I speak French. You can't speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah?
My son speaks fluent, writes, reads everything fluent. He even has the accent down. Chantal, you've been living it all your life. You should have the accent and the whole thing down. But then again, she's a Canadian French, so my son sounds like the French from France. Oh my God, it's so funny. Ugh.
Guess what? I don't care. I'll do it anyway.
We know you do whatever the hell you want. We know.
So we're gonna zigzag that on there.
Is she gonna?
That's all I feel like eating right now is just some hot dogs. Okay.
All right. So here's the question.
So, well, they're more like.
Do you think she's going to use a utensil or is she going to pick it up with her fingers? I don't see any utensils around, but doesn't mean it's not under the table. I personally feel that she's probably going to pick it up with her fingers. That's what I'm thinking. Unless she has bread hidden somewhere. I don't know.
Chicken sausages, but they're like hot dogs. They taste like.
I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't look like chicken to me. Does it look like chicken to you guys? Because I thought the chicken hot dogs or sausages, whatever they are like a lighter color. I see them in the market. That doesn't. It looks like a regular hot
dogs,
dog.
In my opinion. Oh yeah. And some water, whatever. Beauty boy. Bismillah. Oh, yeah. So it's made with chicken. So the purpose of this video is to sincerely thank those who have just tried to like bring me down, ruin.
She picked it up with her fingers. I knew it. How many of you guys guessed that? I knew it.
My life.
All right, let's back it up. She's going to start complaining. Okay, let's go. Go ahead, give it to us.
Who have just tried to like bring me down, ruin my life in any way they can.
So she's talking about the reactors. Ooh, I screenshot that. Let me make sure I captured it. Oh, sorry. She definitely, let me just put this in my photo thing. Okay, there we go. She's really going to town on those doggies. But that's good. That's healthy. I don't have any complaint with what she's eating. That's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what she's eating right now.
Sincerely, if you've tried to do something towards me, make me try to...
She's going to threaten us.
Lose in life in some way. Or see me down and out. And if you've celebrated that as a victory, to see me rage, to see me cry, to see me upset, if you've ever succeeded, I hope you've taken note of how temporary that's been. And I'm thanking you because anything like that thrown my way, I've used it to make myself stronger.
Look at her. Look at that smirk on her face, man. Look at that. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to say that all the haters, the reaction channels. Mainly, I'm assuming she's talking about the bigger ones. That she's glad that they succeeded at breaking her down so that she would have these rages online and freak out and get angry because it's what made her stronger. So, that whole mentality of what doesn't kill you. Um, okay, so let's see what she's got to say about that. But that's where we're at now. Oh my god, just talk. Gotta speed her up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
To the people who've literally wanted my marriage to fail, tried to ruin my marriage, one person has actually admitted, it's on the internet, I just wanted to ruin her marriage.
I don't know why anybody would go out of their way to ruin another person's marriage. That's kind of weird and stalkerish kind of behavior. I don't like that. But um you do very well in your own toxic relationships. I mean, that's what this is. I mean, we got to put like BB aside, right? BB was like the only normal relationship we saw her in, even though he rarely interacted online, so we didn't know much about him, but he was a very quiet individual, unlike the other people she has been with. Um, she she doesn't understand that, like, we all know this is a game to her. Like, she is not, if she's married, it's a religious marriage. I can't imagine in any way that this could be a real marriage. Like, I mean real, like I'm talking about like a solid, we've unified our assets, we're in a committed lifelong relationship. I don't see that in them. I don't see any chemistry in their relationship. So if anything is failing, it is from the inside out. It's what's happening within your relationship, and that's what shows and comes out. How? Well, like when you had that time where you went on live immediately because you apparently found out that Scat Daddy was cheating on you, and then a Kybella thing was coming along, and that whole that's an example.
Mm. Well, I want to thank you too, because
I mean, just look at the way she's smiling and stuff. Like, this is a game, everybody. This is a game to her. She has no deep feelings in this at all. Like, this is all like just a game of manipulation. She is grand at manipulating.
we've used that incident as a way to make our relationship stronger.
No, I would say it's because you're so damn stubborn that you didn't want us to all prove you wrong at the fact that he's a POS. So you stayed with him just in spite of us. That's what I think. I think that's how your brain operates. You're very toxic. Like, you have a very weird way of thinking. Like, you would go back to an abuser just to spite somebody else that doesn't want you to be with that abuser. I could totally see you doing that. Because anytime somebody tells you it's not a good idea to do it, don't do it, blah, 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 what do? You go and you do it. You don't listen to anybody and look, you're talking to somebody who is stubborn herself. I'm a very stubborn, independent person with my mind. I get it. I understand it. But there's a point where you have to, like, reflect within yourself and be like, well, maybe I'm the problem sometimes. I mean, you're very toxic and you're attracting these toxic people to be in a relationship with. All right, I'm going to stop.
Hmm. All of these have been lessons indeed. And I really don't want to sound smug. Because I'm being sincere. I'm being serious. I never expected that that would happen. That things so bad can become so good. It's always too good to be true when things like that happen. But here we are, more closer than ever, more loving than ever, planning on traveling the world together. I have our tickets bought.
You already told that. You already
And y'all are
told
just
us.
sitting behind
Okay.
avatars.
Okay, so she's making all her plans and she got her airline tickets and we are all just sitting here doing nothing, right? Right? So she's assuming that you all, like all of us that watch her, are watching her and doing absolutely nothing else with their lives. I mean, Chantal, you're so off your rocker. Like, you're so inaccurate in this area. Most people have full time jobs, they have responsibility, whether it's children at home, animals, whatever it may be. People have lives, they're doing other things. Not everybody who's watching you is kind of like dormant and just like, sitting there lifeless. It's not how it is.
On your couches, wherever you sit.
I'm sitting in my luxurious office in the penthouse suite. Please. You have no idea about anybody's lives. I mean, you're just upset because your life is all out there, so it's open for criticism. But yet, other people are sitting, behind their pictures or whatever it is, and they're not putting themselves out there. That's the whole point, Chantal, is that people like reactors or people watch it. We're not obligated to put ourselves out there because people don't come to watch reactors to talk about the reactor. They're coming to talk about you. So we're under no obligation. Thank you.
Judging us.
But it's so easy to judge you, Chantal. You constantly make bad decisions. I mean, you make it very easy. Like, why don't you make it hard? Why don't you go like a month making right decisions and just shock the hell out of all of us? Just be honest for like 1 month, 30 days. Could you do that? Be honest. Don't manipulate. And just be honest with everybody. That'd be hilarious. I bet you get a lot of views.
And that's fine. Because I would rather be in this position.
Really? No, thank you.
I'd rather be living the life
No, thank
than being
you.
the one talking about.
I wonder how many feeders paid her to shove a log down her throat, bite it with her teeth, and yeah, they're probably loving it now. It's probably like her cash app is like ching, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Someone
She probably
else.
just made $4,000. $1,000 a dog.
Mm,
Oh yeah, look at the jizz dripping down. You go, girl.
they're so juicy.
Oh, they're so juicy, so fresh.
Seriously, I've been on YouTube 7 years. It's taken me a long time to learn that hate will never go away.
Chantal, that's true for anybody in any point of your life. There is possible hate that can come your way. It's a fact. Nobody's surprised at it. I can't believe it took you this long to figure that out. I figured that out as a teenager. But okay. Like, you gotta expect hate. You're putting your life out there. Not everybody's gonna agree with the life choices that you make. And the majority of the people find you very toxic. That's why they watch you out of, from reactors.
I'm always gonna have haters.
I think she's jelly belly, you know. Like, do you think she's just jealous of? Because let's get down to the nitty gritty here. The reactors she's talking about, I can almost promise you, are the women. Okay. Chantal has a true dislike for women. You can go back in history of her YouTube and find it many, many, many times where she has attacked women. She has attacked people in general, but in particular women. She does not like women. And I think that in her mind, she she imagines herself living this full and vibrant life of traveling and cooking and cleaning and marriage and family and all this stuff. But in reality, she's not living it, but she's pissed that everybody else is living it. All these other women are living it, but she's not. But in her mind, she wishes she was there. But she can't obtain that because of the type of person she is.
But haters are useful. They teach you things. They teach you how to be more resilient. They give you thicker skin. Oh, I love water. And they really, in the end, are your biggest cheerleaders in a lot of ways.
No.
So people are always going to hate you, especially if you're like a public figure. Some reasons might be valid.
Chantal, you are such an exaggerator. I think you're an awful person. I think you're a liar, a manipulator. I think you're a bad person. You've been very mean to people. But hate is a strong word. Like, I get it. Some people probably like hate what you do, hate the decisions you make, but to hate you as a human being, I think is a bit strong. I don't think that the entire population that watches you hates you. I don't think that. But I'm sure they're out there. But that's a strong word to kind of broad brush. I mean,
We're human. We mess up. Some reasons are just made up or out of invalid.
Chantal, you mess up weekly. Like it's on a constant revolving door. Like you're always just making bad decisions. But it's because of how you are. You've always been like this. I mean, it's obvious even when you talk about your childhood and how difficult you were as a teenager, as a child. You've been like this all your life, and to change that would take an immense amount of work and therapy.
Reasons or things that are not justified. But whatever the case, it doesn't matter, right? When I think about it, I'm exactly where I want to be in life. Like, no, it's not perfect. But other than the imperfections, which getting my health in order, battling some demons regarding that, I have a very flexible job. I have a whole bunch of beezers, my tribe of people that I get to talk to, entertain on a daily basis. And I can do that from anywhere in the world. And I'm so thankful for you guys. And I'm so thankful for everything I have.
She's thankful.
So, again, this is a big thank you. A lot of people want to be social media influencers. They want to have YouTube channels. And only a certain percentage of people who start out actually stay in the game, because a condition of the game is being able to stay hanging on even with so much hate, vitriol, rumors, conspiracies, IRL stuff thrown at you.
Chantal, I'm convinced that you have the life of a roach, that you will exist no matter what's thrown at you, no matter how much hate came your way, no matter how much love came your way, whatever it is, I believe your life will live like a roach. You will live through anything.
And still keep going with a smile
You will
on your
still
face.
be here on YouTube.
That's challenging for a lot of people. And I get a lot of like, how do you do it? And I mean, I've, been a rage queen so many times, but I still will never get the mentality of these people who...
I'm going to tell you guys what I think is the reason why she is able to endure the level of hate that she gets. She exists only in today. Yesterday does not exist. So if you don't know that about Chantal, if you're new, she lives in the here and now. She takes no accountability or responsibility for anything that occurs previous to this minute. That is how she thinks. She has always thought this way. That's the core of it.
You know, will say and do the most horrible things on the daily basis. Will talk crap about me for days on end, like for hours and hours a day, saying the most horrible things about me, my family, whatever. And then like a clap back is considered a rage, but whatever. Let's just say, whatever. Call me rage queen all you want. But at the end of the day, each time I do that, I at least know that I feel bad for it after. And why I feel bad is because I want to be a better person than that. And I want to have that emotional intelligence to be able to control my emotions. And I think that is something I really want to aim for. So being, just thank you for that awareness of not wanting to be.
Oh my God. She is such a manipulative fuck. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for criticizing me and hating me. Really, thank you. Is this bitch for real? Is she for real? Oh my God. She can't be for real. Please tell me nobody's falling for this BS. She is trying to play us like.
Be like that. Like, I want to be able to control my emotions. And
you do not care about your emotions. You don't care about controlling anything. You just want to have your way.
I don't think being put in this, if I was never put in these situations of constantly being faced with that challenge, I wouldn't ever have the opportunity probably to overcome it. Because in real,
you don't overcome it. You just don't acknowledge it. You completely move on. You get past it. You don't even hang on it. You have no, nothing.
Real life, when I was just like a normal person, I wasn't dealing with this kind of thing. I never got hate. I never got.
Yeah, right. Like, you didn't have hate. You went to school. Now, I 100% believe that she was a bully type of person. I can absolutely see her being a school bully. She was kind of, raunchy, right? She's, a thick girl. She probably pushed girls around, and yeah, I could totally see it. I know exactly who she is. When I went to high school, there was always that one, you know which one it is.
People critics, haters, whatever. So I wouldn't have been exposed to that. So that's, something else I'm thankful for. So thank you very much for all the hate you throw at me. It's an exercise in how to control myself and how to grow my own character.
She can't be for real.
So anyway, enough of the corny pep talks.
All you're doing is speaking to yourself. It's going in one ear, out the other for everybody else. None of what you just said was genuine or honest. It was totally manipulative. Oh, really, thank you. Thank you for giving me the hate. Thank you. Really, I want to be a better person. I really do. I want to be able to control my temper. Stop. You know what, Chantal? Why don't you just be real? Say, you know what? I hate people. I like being alone. I like being a recluse. That's who I am, and I am okay with that. I am okay with not living a normal life. It's okay. There's people like you out there. But stop trying to put yourself off like you're just getting better and better through the years and you're just bettering yourself. You keep talking about it, but you don't do it. You've been saying this for years. This is nothing new. Nothing we're listening to right now that you're saying is new. I've heard this before. But this whole thank you for throwing a hate to... Really, Chantal? You're trying to act like you're Teflon? You're not. You're not.
I have, I guess that's it for now. Those were very delicious. Sometimes I just feel like eating that. I don't,
I'm still not understanding why she put it in a fry pan. Why she didn't use a plate. The only thing I could speculate is she's doing it just to annoy us. Because of course we're going to say something, right? I'm sure every reactor who watches this is going to say something about why is she had it in a fry pan.
Maybe with some melted cheese on the side. That's it. I didn't feel like having anything else with it. So
I have no complaints about what she ate.
Jilbab
That's
went
fine.
missing. Now I found it. As you can see. I love it. But anyway. So yes, that's all I wanted to report on today. I just still, thought I would mention that. anything that you try to hurl my way, I'm just gonna take it and use it to enrich my life in some way. Um,
Chantal, honestly, you shouldn't even be putting that type of a message out because you know there are a few people out there that are going to roll with that, right? You know it, right? They're just going to push it further and push it further. Like you're an idiot. Like it's almost like you want danger to come to you. Like there are some crazy ass people out there. Like don't entertain that idea to allow people to throw more hate to you. Like that's just weird. That's bizarre.
I'll never ever stay knocked down until
Oh, we know that. I mean, Jesus, we've been here watching you for years. Nothing ever seems to affect you. The fact that she can completely leave a life, like let's take for example BB. She completely left that life, brought nothing with her, no clothes, no shoes, no furniture, no nothing. She started completely fresh, a brand new life with Pete's. Then she did it again when she moved to Kuwait. Left everything, sold everything, didn't leave a speck of dust behind. And she got everything new again. Like it's amazing to me that there are people out there that can do this. They feel um no attachment to anything or responsibility to anybody. Like it's just weird. It's just very strange.
I'm dead. So, and I know that you guys, some of you people, weirdos, are planning my funeral and hoping that happens sooner than later.
All right, you gotta stop talking. See, I get uncomfortable when she talks about this because, if you ever had somebody pass in your life, it's very emotionally hard. It's very upsetting, and even though we don't know her personally, I would never ever want to wish anything like that upon any other person. Like I don't think that's the proper thing to do for one human to say to another human. Like it's just wrong. Um,
That's up to God. That's up to how I change my life, whatever. But, whatever happens, um, we're all gonna die. Sorry, we're all gonna. Can I say that? I
oh
don't even know.
God, yeah, I
But
know.
it's
It's awful. It's awful. Like sometimes, yeah, I know. Like reactors too. Sometimes I'll be careful when they're reading like a super chat that came through, and I'm like, oh, I can't read that, but thank you. Like it's so bad out there. I don't get it. People
true.
are
It's the
so
truth.
soft.
So yeah. Um, but until then, until I take my last breath, um, I'm gonna fight to
Why don't you fight for your health, your happiness, your life, your family?
stay positive no matter what. So, yes, y'all can't bring me down, not for long. And y'all can stay mad, babies.
All right, guys, this is the end of the video. She said her piece. Tell me what you think down below. Leave your comments. I do read all the comments, even if I don't respond. I thank you all very much for joining me. If you like the video, hit the like button. It does help the algorithm. Trust me, it does. And if you enjoy this content, please join our family over here and subscribe to the channel. All right, everybody, have a great and safe evening.